Hello, everybody, and welcome to I Love Snow Real Talk, your daily FIS snow sports debrief, where sports experts, legends, and athletes meet and discuss the Olympic Games. I would love to welcome our guest, Nordic combined skier and athlete Christian Ilves, who competed today in one of the most, in my opinion, spectacular Nordic Mind competitions and was actually in the lead after ski jumping. And that is huge. Hello, Christian.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm good. Pretty tired to be honest at the moment. That was, as you said, that was pretty brutal race, but yeah, happy to be here and yeah, happy to see you, Annika.
Yeah, good to see you. I was honestly at the edge of my seat watching ski jumping and cross country skiing. And it was actually so remarkable to see you in the lead after ski jumping. I don't know. It's just usually see like the very regular top guys in Nordic Mine, like being at the top, Lamparter, Jens, and whatnot. But then seeing you, and then you had a 15-second lead, I was utterly impressed. So amazing job.
Thanks. Yeah,
Um,
I was also a bit surprised, but yeah, I've been feeling quite well in Bredazzo with those hills, so yeah, it was something really cool.
yeah. Okay, so you had amazing ski jump, but in the skiing you fell back a little bit. And watching the competition, I was almost like trying to think like what your tactic was because obviously like you have 15 seconds to get ahead of everybody, but at the same time, for people that don't know, like if there's a group coming behind you, it's usually much faster because you're all skiing together, downhill, uphill, and whatnot. So like going into the competition, what was your plan? Like were you gonna try to like send it and go, or were you kind of waiting back?
I was like, I tried actually like to open quite easy, but and I felt I did it as well. I wasn't like going super hard out, but I was like still more than 20 seconds in the lead after the first lap, so I was a bit surprised. And yeah, but with the conditions today, that was so brutal to actually pace. I felt like I had good control the first lap. The second one felt pretty good, or like, and suddenly when the group caught me, I felt like, damn, my legs are actually really tired, and I pushed maybe a bit too hard on the first two
Mm.
loops. So that made this race insanely brutal. That even though you felt like you had a good control, it was so hard to set the pace. But yeah, I went out of like, of course, I didn't go out too fast. I was hoping to group catch me a bit earlier. So I feel like
Mm.
being on the front alone with some wind and hard conditions, that was actually quite hard, and it cost more than I actually expected.
And talking about the conditions, like obviously we didn't see the tracks until you guys started skiing. And you were like number one out, and the way that your ski was like going so deep into the snow when there was like no tracks at all. I was like, oh, okay, so that's how that's gonna go. I want to wonder what it's gonna look like after lap 4. But I was actually really impressed because like you said, like the first 2 laps you held your place. Like you were up in front. And so I was like trying to kind of analyze how are you feeling through your face, and you looked very like relaxed and strong. So that was amazing. But of course, bittersweet. It was an amazing ski jump and you had a lead, but you weren't able to hang on to the group. So how does that kind of feel? Like, were you really going into it like, wow, I might be able to get an Olympic medal? Or were you kind of expecting that it was going to be very hard to be able to be in the group?
I was kind of expecting it because, like, I know what are my strong side and what are my weak side. So it's definitely on my weak side. I'm like pretty explosive guy with my muscle type and everything. So I need more firm tracks to perform better, I feel. So I was pretty realistic that top six will be great. But of course, I went out and fight for the medal. But I felt on the last loop, or like in the beginning, or like in almost in the half of the last loop, I felt like, yeah, when the end started to go harder, I felt like I had still this like this kind of okay pace, but I couldn't make a
Mm.
switch and go like super fast. So yeah, but of course, like if you're in the lead, then definitely thinking like, okay, it might be the day. But on the realistic side, I felt like I knew that it's gonna be like 30 minutes race for 10K, which is insane,
Yeah.
and that's my weakness of this like soft tracks. So yeah, but all in all, I feel like I can be pretty satisfied with the day.
Well, I'll tell you that I think that you made a lot of people proud, and especially like all of Estonia. I mean, you're a hero there. So watching you like jump to the lead and then hang in there was like it was really cool. But I think that I have my answer for this. But what do you think was the biggest, or like who surprised you the most today?
I mean, like seeing Jens and Johannes there, that's like I would have guessed that before the
Normal.
Olympics, but Eero standing there,
Hmm.
that was like I was impressed actually, because
Yeah.
like his jumping has been better here. He has been doing a really great job at the hill, and we all know that he can go really fast on the skis. And like yeah, hats off for Eero. He says, like of course Jens, like since we are teammates, I'm most happy for him, but
Yeah.
for sure Eero as well. He has done an amazing job.
Yeah, yeah, I was so impressed because also I feel like in Finland, like Ilkka is the one that you would expect to be on the podium. And so Eero, like just that last hill and the way that he was able to push up, I was like, and that's why I think the race was so exciting because when I was watching, like you really didn't know who was going to win. Like it looked like Jens had it in the bag, but then Lumparder was like, I'm gonna catch you. And then like Eero out of nowhere just like sprinted up the hill. So my heart rate was so high watching, and I was like, I didn't know who was gonna win. So honestly, I thought that was like that was so insane. And for Finland, like what an amazing medal to have. And then also for Nordic Combined, like it's no
Yeah.
secret that we're on the chopping block. And, I'm just trying to say, but like look at our results versus like the full sweep of Sweden yesterday in the sprint.
Mm.
I mean, come on. Like, no, but that was really cool. Was it a race for fast skiers instead of strong jumpers or other way around?
Definitely was. Tables were definitely on were turned on the cross country guys side. So yeah, absolutely. But we knew it as well before. It's gonna be a race for the really good cross country skiers, and like and also seeing like there was a lot of athletes who were struggling with this track. So it's you have to have insane good skis, you have to have insane good feeling, you have to be a really strong guy. So like, but on the other hand, I feel like that's what the Olympics are all about. It has to be the most toughest, most brutal
Mhm,
race for the whole
mhm,
calendar, and that
yeah,
was the definition of it. So yeah, but those guys who were standing on the podium, they deserved it for sure. But yeah, but from my side, I really hope that it's gonna be more firm conditions on the big hill, because
yeah,
looking like by looking the weather forecast, it seems a bit more cold over the night. So it might be that it's that the more like the better jumpers have maybe something still in the tank for a big hill.
yeah, yeah. Um, no, that's true. And like I feel for you because I asked you before this, like, was it compared to World Championships? Because many know, like, it was raining for 2 weeks over the World Championships last year in Trondheim. And you were like, oh no, it was way worse. And I can't even imagine because I was struggling so hard in Trondheim because these conditions are just not for me. Like, I feel like maybe I'm a little bit more like heavy built. So you just like sink a little bit more. And it's just like I get exhausted after one round if I'm having to like go through slush. And I'm sorry, but I was watching this race and like some of the guys that are like super fast were walking up the hills. Like there was no glide. It was like full on so much snow. So yeah, I feel for you. And
Yeah,
you have to
I kind
rest
of
up.
I kind of felt that there wasn't like huge difference being like going quite slow and going really fast. The difference was like so marginal. I feel like
Yeah,
those guys were sprinting all out on the last uphill, but it was
yeah,
so slow and like
yeah,
the so loose conditions. So yeah, it was. I think everybody struggled today, even the strongest ones. But yeah, in the end of the day, like they were the best, and yeah, but I really hope that it won't be the case for another race. So I think nobody
I
wants
hope
it
so.
anymore. I guess so.
Yeah, yeah, I hope so as well. Um, okay, so um you compete or you train in Trondheim, where I also train, and obviously Jens is like your teammate, and you guys spend a lot of time. So, what does it mean for you that he's won a medal? And can you just like talk a little bit about your relationship and the guy that he is, and how deserving he is of this gold medal?
I mean, to start with, he's it's like he's one of the guys who's like I feel like he has achieved so much, but he's still the same person who I met
Yeah,
in the first time, basically. So he's
yeah,
like super polite, super nice, like not going around being like, if I can say, a bit cocky.
yeah, yeah,
So he's like super nice guy, and I feel like he has trained the most in the whole field. I feel he's just maniac when it becomes of training. So I
yeah,
just feel he's like his mentality insane as well. So I feel like he's one of the guy who's like the one guy who deserves to win. That's Jens. So I feel like I'm like actually super happy for him, and I feel like he deserves like this medal more than anybody else. Just I feel like because he has put so much effort and knowing how much he trains, how much he just being athlete for like 110% every time. So yeah, he's an amazing person and amazing athlete.
yeah. I think it's like he's a little bit more introverted. But what I know of him and have spoken with him, he seems super humble. And
Mm, exactly.
yeah, so I love when like humble athletes win.
Yeah,
You
I
just,
agree,
and also
100%.
hardworking ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so do you have anything else that you would want to add from like the feeling, the atmosphere, what it's like to be at the Olympics? Is this your second or third?
Actually, fourth, Annika. Actually, fourth.
Oh,
I'm veteran. I started
go
really early,
off.
so yeah.
Oh my
But
God.
I mean, like, I'm so glad that we're back in Europe. That's a
Mm,
totally different atmosphere. I feel like we have spectators. We have this atmosphere. We have the feeling of actually being in the biggest competition in the world. So it has been
yeah.
amazing, and of course, Italy, like the foods, everything. It's just but
Ah,
I've been
ciao
eating so
bello.
much pasta and pizza now, so I just have to cut it a bit because it's going out of hand now.
Yeah, yeah, I believe that. Okay, so obviously Nordic Mind recap is going to be a little bit short, and guess why? It's the only thing I talk about on social media. Because obviously women are not at the Olympics for Nordic combined, which makes actually the only discipline in summer and winter that has a men's category, but not a women's.
Mm.
So that's really unfortunate. So, in your own words, Christian, why should people watch Nordic combined? Like, what makes this sport so special?
I mean, first of all, like, can you just imagine you put like two completely different sports together? Like in ski jumping, you have to have like good instincts. You have to be flexible,
Hmm.
explosive, everything like this. And on the other hand, you have to have like insane stamina, strength of
Oh yeah.
legs, like just pure endurance. And to combine those two sports, it's actually like it's brutal and it's so difficult because I know myself, like I've been most the good ski jumper. Now I've been trying to get better in cross country, and actually I've lost so much of my good ski jumping because of that. So the balance you have to find between those like trainings, it's just so brutal. And also I feel like it's one of the toughest guys. I mean, especially mentally, I feel they are
Oh
like
yeah.
super strong and they're pushing all out every time. So I feel it's super entertaining, and yeah, it's not. I'm not saying it just because I'm a Nordic combiner, but that's just how it is.
No, I actually completely agree with you. Like, I don't think many people understand that it's two completely different sports that we work for. And, I feel like skiing and cross country skiing and some of these other sports are like very accessible to get into, or anybody can try downhill skiing. But then when you're going on to the ski jumping side, like you have to have balls to ski jump. And then at least like I remember when I started ski jumping because I was 16, like I was late. And so it took me years. Like I had Batman style, like off of a ski jump for like 3 years. Like it was super not attractive to watch me ski jump. And so I like know how hard it is to like be in at an older age and have to like nail this technique. And it doesn't take like 2 days. It takes
No.
years, and I'm still working on it. I'm sure you are too. So I think that it's just like so cool to really try to make people understand how cool it is that like you not only have to be fearless and go off of a ski jump and like master this sport, and then also it's so mental, but also like for the skiing part, like it's not just ski jumping that we do. We have to, after the ski jumping, go out and ski for some hours so we build our endurance. So I can go on and on about how
Yeah,
cool Nordic Mine is, and you could probably too. And I swear we're not biased at all.
absolutely.
But the biggest thing that obviously supporters can do is watch men's Nordic Mine. Unfortunately, like we're at a day and age where it's like the fate for us, unfortunately, Christian, is in your guys' hands. So we have to pull viewership, engagement, and just people talking about it. Like tell your neighbor or, take the opportunity to learn what Nordica Mine is now when you guys are doing Big Hill on next Tuesday,
Yeah, on 17th. Yep.
17th. And then team events, super exciting. Christian, you said that it's your first team event since 1996, you said?
Yeah, not for me, but Estonia. Like, I mean, yeah, it was
Yeah,
the
yeah.
last time I was 1998. But yeah, it's amazing that we like for the small nations like in Estonia that we are youngsters who's like super hungry for being up here, fight for the medals in the future. So I feel like it's not just the big countries, that there's actually so many smaller countries as well who's like are really into it and trying to do their best. So yeah, that's also a huge thing in my opinion.
Yeah, amazing. Okay, Christian, thank you so much for doing this interview with me. I really know that it was probably difficult.
Oh,
And
it was fun.
and yeah, let's get people engaged in watching this amazing sport. And hopefully in 4 years, the men and women will be able to be at the Olympics. Okay.
That's perfect ending for it.
Yes, perfect. Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay,
Bye.
now we are going to welcome a Super G athlete and racer from Argentina. Okay, hopefully I'm not butchering this, but Tiziano Gravier. How did I do? Oh, wait, I can't hear you.
Now,
There we go. Yay.
sorry. Just say you had a perfect pronunciation. Excellent.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, okay, I applaud myself for that. Okay, so Tiziano did a great race and finished top 30 in 28th position, being the only
exactly.
Argentinian male skier to represent Argentina at the games this year. Um, is that correct? You're the
Yes.
only, yeah. Okay. And how happy were you with this performance? And also, like, I went on and on with Christian because, like, we do the same sport, but I would love to kind of like learn a little bit more about you and if this performance was something that you were like really excited about or you were aiming for a little bit more. So tell me a little bit more.
Yeah, I was just listening to your conversation with Christian. I was actually pretty engaged. I'm
No.
not very familiar with the sports, but no, yeah, talking about today, it was pretty emotional day at the beginning. It was my Olympic debut, so my first race. So lots of things going on, obviously, but just tried to stay focused as I could on the race day. Try to take the race day as a normal race day or as a World Cup
Mm,
circuit.
mm,
Uh, Try to get in my rhythm and my flow with my preparation. It was a pretty tough race, especially because of the slope here in Bormio. The Stelvio is pretty famous because it's intense
mm,
and pretty intensely. So it had a bit of everything. It had a bit of speed, turns. You had to be pretty fast, but also on the technical side. So I think it was a lot of components that yeah I tried to put together in my run, and yeah I feel like I did a pretty good job on some sectors. I made some mistakes that I could have done a bit better. Uh, but yeah, overall, I feel like I'm pretty happy with most with the attitude that I had on the whole day, and I take the experience, which is my first experience, and the confidence that of skiing the slope for the 14th that I would also be racing in the giant slalom.
Yeah, that's awesome. First off, your accent is like 10 out of 10. I'm obsessed.
But
Um,
thank you.
okay, so cool. Okay. Uh, so as I was talking with Christian, like we were talking about the conditions being kind of horrible for the men's side. Obviously, I don't know so much about your sport other than just like watching it, and I grew up skiing because I'm from Colorado. But like, what are you looking for when you ski? Like, do you want really icy conditions? Do you want a little bit softer conditions? And like, what were the conditions today for you?
Yes, in alpine skiing, we usually look for very, very icy conditions for two
Okay.
things. First of all, to look for a bit of fairness, as you know, we have our track and we go one by one. If the snow is harder, then the track stays better for everyone. There is usually a little bit of advantage for the people who start first, which is normal and it is a bit what it is. So we usually try to get the snow harder so the slope maintains better, and also our material works better when the snow is harder. So we are prepared a bit for that, and I think the conditions today were, I think they prepared the slope really, really well. Conditions were great this morning. As the day kind of passed, today was a bit warm, so the snow kind of warmed a little bit, and the slope was really, really good. But I feel like today there was a bit of this disadvantage for people who were starting a bit later, and I feel you can see that a bit in the results because I don't feel like no one from the starting between 20 and maybe 35 really got that in the top 10 or were able to make like I don't know a surprise. Uh, but overall, the slope was really good. So I'm not going to complain because it was pretty how do you say pleasurable to ski.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, so I don't really know much about you. So can you please tell me like what it is like to be on Team Argentina? Do you have other skiers that you train with that are at the Olympics? Where do you live? Like I can go on and on because I really don't know. And can you can ski in Argentina, right?
Yeah, of course. We have lots of mountains in Argentina. We have the Andes mountains.
Of
Uh,
course.
we ski over there, especially between July and September. We train and compete between Argentina and Chile. We have the South American Cup over there. I actually am from Buenos Aires. I live in Buenos Aires, so the capital city. But I grew up skiing in Bariloche. That is one of the biggest places to ski in Argentina.
Mhm.
And yeah, in the federation, we have a couple of also young guys that are also watching right now, especially Nicolas the Bull Quintero and Felo the Machine Eiras. They like to say that life is crazy, and they are pretty crazy people. So I really like spending time with them and training. And on the women's side, you have now two girls that are actually in Cortina right now racing,
Wow.
and they did a really good job yesterday. They got a 17th place in the combined. So yeah, I feel like
Oh.
Argentina ski really growing. I feel we're going in the right direction. Argentina doesn't have a huge culture of winter sports, but in the last couple of years, I feel like the federation has really grew, and we really are trying to do things that haven't been done before. So trying to a bit push our limits. So that's where we're at right now.
Yeah, that's awesome. And wow, like looking at those videos and pictures, I think I have a new bucket list place that I need to go ski.
For sure, you can come whenever you want. You just tell me, and we can organize it.
Okay, okay, perfect. Okay, that's really cool. And I hear also that you have a huge support system with your family. And like I heard a little bit something that your
Eh,
mom is a
what
supermodel.
Yes, yes. my mom was in the fashion world, but still is. And
Mhm.
what a nice picture that you got over there. Huh? So
Mhm.
Uh, no, yes. So in Buenos Aires, well, my mom actually worked a lot in Argentina, but also abroad, and we're a pretty united family. Yeah, they are actually all here, and they like to we like to be together. So they arrived a couple of days ago, and they will stay until the end of the Olympics, and then yeah, when we can. Now we are so three brothers and one sister, and we are a bit older now. So I'm the second one. I'm 23, but then all of them have a bit their own activities. When we were younger, maybe we shared a bit more time than now, but now we try to find the moments to be together. That picture was actually one of the moments when we were together because now my older brother lives in Spain because he's working there. And when I still live in Buenos Aires because I study over there, but I'm only 4 months of the year because then we're always traveling skiing between July and September. We are in the snow, and then from October to March, that is the days of the World Cup circuit, I'm also traveling. So yeah, we try to be as much as together as we can.
Oh, that's sweet. Are you the only athlete in the family? Because you have many siblings.
Yes, one of my older brother was the one who started competing
Okay.
in alpine skiing. So, and as I was his younger brother, I tried to copy him, and that's why I got into skiing.
Hmm.
But competed until he was 19 years old, and he was in the national team, and then he went to study. And my younger brother also used to compete, and he was really good also. But then yeah, now he's moved. My younger brother and my little sister, they're a bit into acting, and they're a bit more in the singing world than acting. So we are a varied family.
Wow, that's awesome. Are they all here at or in Italy?
But yeah, yeah,
Oh.
yeah. So today they were at the stands, huge Argentina flag, really noisy as you would expect, and they did a really really good job.
Wow. And I mean, I can only imagine how amazing it feels to have your whole family here. Like you said, it's hard to, like get together. Everybody's doing their own thing. Everybody has a busy life. So like everybody being there and cheering you on and being loud and having Argentinian flags, like how does that feel?
Yeah, obviously it's amazing. I'm actually a bit used to them being loud, but today was actually like a different level. And now, yeah, it's obviously it's great for me to share some time with them because as we are usually traveling and competing, now I see them less. So every time I have the chance to be with them, I take that chance. And yeah, it's amazing that they. What is also funny is that my family is not like a typical skiing family. It's not that they were competing when they were young. So we got into alpine skiing a bit all at the same time. Me competing and my parents I got to know the sports. And right now, like they follow all of the races, even when I sometimes don't even compete. They like the skiing world and the skiing races. So I find that kind of funny. So they also really have a lot of fun.
Oh, that's really sweet. Um, Okay, so I know that you live in Argentina. I mean, you said 4 months out of the year because you're traveling so much.
It's
But
like
is there, like, do you like to train in Argentina at home, or do you prefer coming over to Europe doing, like, what's more efficient for you?
I mean, during our winter, so July to September, I really enjoy the time that we can ski back home and compete also in Argentina, because then, as we were talking, most of the year we are abroad or in Europe or in the US. So whenever we get the chance to train or to compete in Argentina, it feels really nice. It feels great, and also having friends and family over there to see the races, especially friends that live over there or that go to the mountains in the winter. Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, wow, that's incredible.
Yeah,
Okay, cool. It was really, really nice to meet you, and I will hit you up when I need to go to Argentina.
that's great. It was nice to meet you too. I feel like I still need some information about you, but we will get that. So we will make that happen. So thank you very much. It was great.
Yeah.
And Argentina for the rest of the games. We still have cross country, women and men alpine skiing. So we have a bit some races to go, and we're really really pumped about it. Really hyped.
Can you tell me what days those are at so others and I can tune in?
Yeah, of course. I will be racing for the 14th and 16th, giant slalom and slalom. The slalom yet to confirm, but probably yes. But the 14th, I expect to have the best Valentine's Day of my life in that giant slalom race. And then the women, I don't know the days exactly, but I feel like it's the 15th and 17th because I believe that they race just after us.
Okay. Awesome. Well, it was really nice to meet you. And now I have a new Argentinian athlete to cheer for.
Exactly. Well, a pleasure, Annika, for me too. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, so now we are going to do a recap race. And obviously, I have notes for this because I'm not so much in that world. But
Okay.
Franjo von Almen wins his third consecutive gold medal at the Games. Okay, this was actually crazy because that's
Yeah.
just like, that's history. That's insane. Wow.
Yeah.
Um, Franjo joins the Austrian Tony Saylor and France's Jean-Claude Killy as the only two male skiers who have ever won three gold medals in alpine skiing at the same games. And this was also history. Um, Side note, Katja Seisinger, as a female skier from Germany, also reached this milestone with three gold medals at the Olympics. Okay, Tiziano, I think I have to bring you back because I think that I was supposed to include you to the recap, but I'm new to this, okay? I'm not become a professional host yet. So I'm gonna talk to you
Because
about this. So I'm
you
not
missed.
gonna say bye to you yet.
Okay.
Okay, so what do you think about Franjo's performance?
That he's crazy. He did an amazing job today. When all of the top guys did a really really good job today. I feel like yeah, they were if they were really fast, it's because they were able to execute as well as incredibly, and yeah, they had to be very precise but also very brave. So yeah, hats off to them. It's incredible that Franjo won the last three races. So yeah, chapeau to him and to all of the Swiss team that's pretty fast lately. Uh, but yeah, I feel like it's pretty how to say outstanding.
Yeah, that's amazing. Have you ever trained with him or skied with him?
Trained, no, but so I'm not friends with him. I know him because he's 1 year older than me. So we've shared junior world championships, and he's actually a pretty chill guy. He looks pretty relaxed, and
Is he a humble winner?
I don't know from the inside because as I tell you I don't know him
Yeah,
that well.
yeah,
He looks pretty humble winner, but I feel like. Uh, yeah, he looks pretty relaxed and he really enjoys. He looks like the type of guy that really enjoys skiing and actually has fun while
yeah.
doing crazy runs.
That's amazing. Okay, so was there anybody else that was like a big surprise for you in the men's Super G races?
I mean, big surprise, no, but the U.S. Guy Ryan Cochran Siegel did an incredible race. To be silver medalist is amazing. He had done already, I believe, a podium this year in the World Cup circuit, but if I'm not mistaken, it was in the downhill side in Beaver Creek. Uh, so everyone knows that he can be super fast, but well, congrats to him that he was in front of Marco Odermatt, who is actually the leader in the Super G World Cup standings right now. So amazing for him. And I don't believe that there were big surprises. Maybe because of what we talked about maybe before, like higher bib numbers maybe didn't have the exactly same chance, but the top guys actually skied really really good, and that's probably the real reason.
Okay. And like at least I feel when we're watching the Olympics compared to like World Cup, I think anything can happen, right? So there's a
Yeah.
lot of things that go different than what would be expected in like your every weekend kind of race. So do you think that in like Super G, the results kind of mimic what a World Cup would look like, or is it really kind of out there?
I mean, I am really with you with what you say that usually in the special events like World Championships or Olympic Games, anything can happen and there's usually surprises. I would say for the first two races at least, the downhill and the Super G, there weren't many surprises. Especially if you look at the picture here of the top 10 results, it's probably the top 10 guys you would maybe expect,
Hmm.
or a bit changed a couple of names, but it's pretty similar to what has been happening in the last World Cups.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks for educating me a little bit more about your about your sport, and sorry for trying to kick you away too fast before we could go through it. Um, okay, but now I think we will prepare two moment of the day pictures, and so I'd like to invite Christian back.
Yes, here I
Okay,
am.
here you are. Okay, so now I think we will have a picture of Jens winning as the moment day picture. Yeah, this one's I couldn't tell if he was like, "Oh, I got it in the bag," or and he was just tired, or was he like, "What the hell did I just do? I just won a gold medal."
I mean, probably everything, but it pretty much sums up the picture. I mean, that sums up the race. As like you don't see that often that Jens is completely like tired or like just exhausted.
Yeah,
He's
that's
like
true.
it's just going hard and it's like it was nice. So yeah, but of course, like I think as I mentioned before as well, he has done an incredible job and like winning the Olympics. That's the best can happen. So for everybody, of course, but especially for him because he has been always number two after Jarl, for example. So or Jürgen on the last competitions in Beijing. So yeah, I think he probably just realized what he has achieved.
Yeah, it's so special, so cool for Norway, and Norway is kicking butt right now. Like, I think you guys have like 7, 8 gold medals right now, like way more than any other country. That's
That's true.
insane. Okay, and then our second photo of the day. Welcome to the history. Yeah, this is crazy. Um, I kind of learned today that this was his third gold medal. So it's insane what some athletes are capable of. Um, but super cool.
Third gold,
Um,
4 days, something like this.
yeah, yeah, insane. Maybe that'll be you one day.
We will for that.
Um, okay, so I think we will go into the hot take of Nordic combined. So obviously, the tea is hot when we talk about this because obviously, Tiziano, you know now that the reason I'm not at the games right now is because women are not accepted in my sport, which is
I will,
actually kind of insane.
okay, but is there a reason? Is it like a new discipline or
No,
this?
no. So you know what's crazy? It's a good question because obviously, like I don't know so much about your sport, and you probably don't know so much about Nordic Combined. But Nordic Combined is one of the original Olympic sports, dating back to 1924 in Chenef, France. And so imagine a sport going over 100 years and only being accessible to men. So right now, a lot of us World Cup women, we are changing that. As you can see in this picture, this was our last World Cup in Seefeld, Austria. And the X means like no exceptions, no exceptions that we're left out of the games. Um, and it really comes down to viewership. The IOC didn't see enough engagement at the Beijing Olympics. So they said no to women for 2026. So right now we are trying to change that and hopefully be a part of the French Alps and the Olympics there. So it's a bit sad, and also because my brother competed today as well, and we do the same exact sport. So it's a crazy. And that's a huge reason why we advocate, is that we can get the women to be there, because at the end of the day, it's 2026, right? There should not be we should not have to
Okay.
face these issues.
So just to understand, there was a women's competition in Beijing in 2022, or not? What you
No,
said before. Ah, okay, okay.
no, it's never been accessible to women at the Olympics.
Ah, okay, okay. I thought I heard that from one of my coaches, Pelayo, but maybe he was wrong. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, was there, out of the two of you guys, was there any like cool moments out of today or some of the past competitions that you guys would like to talk about or bring something else up?
Christian?
There's probably a lot, but or what to
Where do you
start with,
start?
or where to start with? No, and
Yeah.
from my sake, I mean, it just as I mentioned before, it's like the whole atmosphere here in Italy, with just seeing the spectators like having the best time of their life. Like this, you feel like there's a crowd yelling the names of the athletes. I mean, like it's just like not just from my perspective, but for all the athletes and the sport itself. I mean, it was like such a nice feeling that we are competing on the biggest competition in the world, and we're just having this crazy crowd, so many people, and that just made my day. And of course, if you perform well, that just make it even better. But yeah, that's like a general thing to say, but I really enjoyed it today, and that was definitely one of the best feeling of today.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, I would add to that. It's although it's my first Olympics, I agree with Christian that being here in Italy, it adds some sauce, some spicy to every competition. I feel here there are lots of real fans. Today we had the stands that were sold out, and I feel like it adds something to the competition. So yeah, it's pretty special to be here.
Yeah, amazing. Okay, what to watch for tomorrow? Free ski slopestyle finals. Who to watch out for? Who to watch out for? I don't know. Ski jumping mixed team event and the cross country sprint finals. Um, I think that is what's going on tomorrow, and then can't forget that Nordic Mind will go through a full evaluation after this Olympics. So now also, to start watching Nordic Combined. And for anybody that's watching, it's really important that we all tune in, because that is the golden ticket for the women, and also just the sport in general, the survival of Nordic Combined. So thank you guys for bearing with me, because obviously, like, I don't know if the hosting job is in the future for me.
You're doing
But
great.
I feel like you have a future there if we hope both futures, hosting and Nordic in the workout.
Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and thanks for the conversation. And Tiziano, it was really, really amazing to meet you. And good luck to all your competitions. I will be rooting you on and cheering. And Christian, I'm gonna see you on Tuesday. I'm gonna be screaming at the
Yeah, you.
stands. Yes, and then I'll be there for the team, and that's gonna be super cool, historical moment for Estonia, first
Absolutely.
team event after super long at the Olympics. So thank you guys for tuning in, and yeah, have an amazing night and sleep well. Recover.
Thank
Yeah,
you very much.
thanks. Bye.
It was a pleasure.
Bye, guys.
Bye.